Happy Tuesday. Yes. Happy Tuesday. Time for a little Monarchs Mocha. Got my coffee right here. It's a nice iced version. A little warm today. Not 90s, but it's still iced coffee day. Let's talk some Monarchs here for the ballpark. Here we go. DB's late as usual. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I put up one of my Australia graphics. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. All right, everybody. Glad you're along. Again, I've lamenting my tardiness over and over again. I guess I should move the show later. But when you're here later, and I mean the day and the night squeezing together, I don't know. Y'all don't want to hear my problems, but baseball had a problem last night. Stay in the ballpark. There were 5 home runs. Like that segue. Kansas City sets a mark. We're going to talk about the moment again. Of course, brought to you by the Rose Street Coffee Company. This is a DV combo. It's got a little chocolate raspberry chocolate and a little bit of one of my pods, and then some milk, and then of course this badass tumbler coffee stein from our mate Sneedo. Anyway, 6 locations across Kansas City, and we were talking about last night. Boy, this great coffee culture in our city. It's very underrated and easily a top 5 in the U.S. easily. And I'm talking about outdoing the New Yorks, the Chicagos, the LAs. LA's okay. San Francisco's pretty good. Seattle, pretty solid. But I mean, places like Houston, DFW, nowhere near what Kansas City, New Orleans, places like that are. So anyway, my little plug for the Chamber of Commerce for both Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri, and every town in between the area, right? I'm Mr. Broadstroke here. I don't pick a side, although we're on the Kansas side, but I don't pick a side. All right, let me bring that down. What do you guys have today? Monarchs losing last night 7-5. It's one of those weird nights. I say weird nights. It's more of the standard recipe for defeat. You really couldn't blame last night on anything more than the fact that their offense out-hit you, and that was it. They had 2 home runs with runners aboard. You had 3 with solo shots. And, you know, there are those rare occasions. And most of the time in the American Association and in anything, and this happens in the big leagues too, the walks, the hit by pitches, and then there's a bloop single, and suddenly you're in trouble and there's a grand slam or a double off the wall, right? We see it happen it's what the Monarchs have done to teams all year. Fargo does it to teams. You know, you make a mistake, you walk a batter, you look up, and suddenly you've got a runner at first. There's a stolen base, then a walk behind him, and sacrifice bunt that goes awry, and they're loaded, and there's a wild pitch, you lose the game. Right? We saw that on Sunday. So, I mean, getting traction, getting balls in play, and getting traffic. Now, how you get that traffic is the key. Now, last night, you know, you look at the 2 home runs that they had. They had a triple to start the inning with Raul Navarro. He comes home in a home run. Probably going to score that. He's probably going to score anyway in a triple, right? Triple sac fly should get him home, right? Especially the number 2 hitter, Ian Sagdahl, who had the home run and single and a sac fly later in the ball game. But he gets the 2-run shot. And again, you tip your cap. You're down 3. You're at that time 3-0. Next batter, single. One of the best hitters in the league, Max Murphy. Then here comes the league's home run leader, and David Washington, boom, and you're down now 5-0. And really, I mean, outside of better, the only thing you can really say, and this is what happens, you can throw your best pitch. And I thought Brock Gilliam threw a really good pitch, especially the one to Sagdahl. He just got all of it. Happens. And the triple, legitimate, may have hung that ball a little. The Washington home run, I mean, that's the guy that's leads league in home runs. I mean, what are you going to, that's going to happen. The Monarchs have done a great job of keeping them off the base paths in general. And in this, so far, Kansas City was 5-0 against them. And really, Murphy had the one big game, the opener over there. And that was it. Once he got, he had the RBI game over there on that Tuesday night. And from then on, the rest of the series, it was quiet for him in Washington. But they were showing up last night. And Sagdahl has had a really good go against you all year. And that 3-player combo platter has been really good against you. Happens. I don't think that was not a night of, oh my gosh, we could have cut. You've won games on nights you've walked 4 and 5, 6 guys and held a team to 6 hits, but they didn't go along with 2 runs on board. It's the way the game works out. But that was probably the first time I recall where you simply just got beat. I mean, you simply couldn't look in the mirror and say, well, we maybe could have pitched a little better. And this is coming off 7 consecutive quality starts. So it's hard to be, look to get towards the mouth, so to speak, because your starting pitching has been great. And it finally had a hiccup. I would tell you if at every 7 games you have one hiccup, you're winning 6 of the 7, or in this case, 7 of 8. You're going to be 14-2. Start doing the math, 28-4. I mean, you see what I'm saying? I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. The good news last night, I thought the bullpen pitched very well. I think we saw Frank Rubio kind of coming in a bit of a more expanded role. He's a right-hander. You lost Lindgren to the shoulder situation, which did the best, by the way. You've moved Gilliam and Martins into the rotation. I don't know how Jamison McGrain's ankle feared. I didn't talk to him yesterday, but I know he took that shot in the ankle on that play at the plate on Sunday. You had, you really need another piece down there just to sort of give you an inning, give you 2 innings, give you whatever. And last night, Rubio, and for the 3rd time in a row, he's gone out there and given you an inning at least. And I thought that was a very good development. I think you're seeing a guy sliding into a role that, and I'm not saying a closing role, but a guy that's going to be a part of the bridge. That bridge is going to get you to the 9th inning. Who's going to get you to McGrain and Coach or Coach and McGrain or whoever that's going to be? Who's going to get you there? And I thought last night, just in general, that was a positive side. Then the final thing, you hit 3 home runs. There's nothing to sneeze at there. Darnell Sweeney hits the first one, and that ties the record. And then who had John Hernandez in the mix, right? I mean, now you would figure that would be a no-brainer, right? I mean, that's the guy that says I was alive. I think I'm still alive. But it's yesterday. That's why. Sorry about that. There we go. There we go. Let's get the chat up there. I think everybody, it was sort of fitting Jan Hernandez, who left the ball club before the home run record was broke last year, that has hit so many monster home runs, was the guy that put us over the mark. And then you added one for the Jacob Robson, which again, I said this 2 weeks ago, and I know some of the radio listeners are probably starting to come around a little bit, but Jacob Robson's got something, and something you perhaps didn't have a month ago. He's got something, and I think you've got a guy with plays good defense anywhere in the outfield, really good speed, and boy, does he have some pop. All fields. So go Monarchs. Going to see a shot. Dang, that's good. The DB combo, half roastery, half DB made. Maybe they should hire me. What would the DB blend be like? Yesterday we talked about Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Today we'll talk about DB making coffee. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, he's got something. And I sort of, it's like I talked about at the time the Abreu trade went down, and not to bring that subject up again because there's going to be a lot of rolling eyes from the radio crew. But, those moves were made to facilitate other moves. And now I think you're seeing what I'm talking about because the team became a much faster team overnight with the addition of Smith and Robson and became a totally different card, which I would tell you you're probably going to be in pretty tight ball games in the postseason. I would think, whoever you play, you're going to be involved in some nip-and-tuck affairs, and that one runner is going to be important, or getting those guys aboard is going to be important, and that's going to be huge, especially right now with your power numbers are not down, but you're going to get it from other guys because you got your big bat sitting on the dugout there. Let's see here. Can you put air fryer chicken wings in coffee? Yes. I don't know why, but yes, you can put air fryer chicken wings in anything. Anything, I say, anything. Since the name, that's a good question. Let me see if I can pull it up for you real quick. I have the records right here on the screen. Give me a moment. Let me pull that up. So last year, Kansas City went 74-67. So let's just do that. Get the old calcupuncher out here. So we're looking at. Hold on. Talk about yourselves. All right, 74 wins. And how do we have right now? We've got 53. Is that right? Yep, 54. Great number, by the way. So 128 wins. So 128 wins. Oops. And we've got 32 and where are they? Hold on. Oh, that's defense. Sorry, I messed this up. My bad. Let me start over again. We've got, I'm on the wrong column. Let's try this again. Okay, my bad. Let's try it again. 69 plus 54. I was looking at pitching. 123 wins. 123. And 31 plus 33. So 123 and 64 since the name change. What is that? Oops. So 59 games above 500 since the name change? How about that? And let's just figure that one. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. 64, yeah. So let's just do this plus 64. You've won a total of 123, right? So 187 ball games, you've won 123. That's a 658 winning percentage, folks. That's a 658 winning percentage the last 2 years. Quick math, but how about that? 65.7. I'm sorry, 657.7. I would venture to guess you're going to probably finish somewhere in that same neighborhood because we haven't quite finished the season yet. First 2 years in Kansas City, let me tell you that. First 2 years here, well, the first year was 03. The franchise went 43 and 46, did not make the postseason. In 2004, they went 48 and 48, lost the semis. So they were, what is that, 3 below, and they were 500. You're 50 some odd games above. They were 3 games below 500 in the first 2 years here, and we're 57 games above in the first 2 years of the Monarchs. And I think that speaks to, Matt, I'm doing my little punching in there, Kenny. And I think what that speaks to, and it's something, I asked Joe this yesterday. He's not going to say this publicly because I know he's a humble man. But I said to him, and I asked the question on the top step, how do we go about thinking? I mean, since you've been here in 2017, this pitching staff's hit the 800 strikeout mark every year. Now, previously, the franchise had never hit 800 strikeouts, never had 700 strikeouts as a staff. 17, 18, 19, 21, and now 22, you've had at least 800 strikeouts. And you've got a real good shot at 900. You have a chance to break the franchise record next week. Your franchise has set back-to-back home run records. And again, Joe would tell you, and he said, well, the whole players do that. And I was tongue-in-cheeking. Joe didn't throw the pitches, but the players threw the strikeouts. He hasn't swung the bat. Is what kind of the joke was. I get all that. The players set those records. Those players set these numbers. But there's a certain way of going about the business that's getting these players here. And it's not a fluke. This is not a lightning in a bottle. I told you guys in the broadcast of the weekend, if you're listening to the radio, I said the 2018 playoffs felt different when we clinched. Now, granted, it came very late in that. It came very late. We got in Gary as the wild card. So we didn't know that final Saturday night that we were going to be in the playoffs. But last year, I would tell you, knowing we clinched the 26th of August, this year clinching a playoff spot last week, what was it, on the 20th? No, 19th. Yeah, it wasn't ho-hum. I don't want to put it that way. It's not ho-hum, but it was very matter of fact. Where the first time, this is awesome. This is uncharted waters. Now that's what we expect. The bar's been raised so high, which is great, but with that comes great responsibility, pressure, and, it won't always go your way. It's like I told you guys in the hot stove. This team could be better than last year and still win fewer ball games, and I'm right on that. They're going to win fewer ball games and be as good as last year, not better. So, anyway, and what makes the home run total, I think, and the strikeout total even more impressive this year, you're not playing the Apollos 11 times, 12 times, whatever it was. This is against legitimate American Association competition, right? You're going to break last year's record playing better competition. I just throw these things out. Let these sink in moments for us as fans, because I don't think we quite realize that. Oh well, we're not winning as many games last year. Where are we compared to last year? Oh, it's not as easy as last year. Well, yeah, it's not going to be as easy because Fargo's pretty daggum good in your division. And number two, the team you're basically motorboating around the league, everybody was taking. Well, not everybody's beating them, but most teams were. They're off your schedule. So anyway, let's see what you guys got too, and let's see here. Hernandez was perfect for last night, and the home run was the Jan Hernandez we're going to need and see. You're going to need another. If Jan Hernandez hits 10 more like that between now and say September 20th, I would tell you you're going to have another ring. If he hits 10 more home runs between now and September 20th, I would say you're probably going to win a championship because that's going to be needed. You're going to need some of that. Where are we at here? I love the look at a player's face at home runs. Very unique bat drop style. Yes, the whole experience. It's probably the ultimate sport experience that I never will ever really realize. I've been fortunate to kick game-winning kicks. I've had game-winning RBIs, but a walk-off winner with a home run strut, never. Never. With a crowd like that. Heck, the game-winning field goal, I was laying on my backside, never even saw it go through. Some guy put a nice scar below my chin. I was bloodied and didn't care, folks. Didn't care. It's like, anyway. Yeah, that smack, the whole sound, and the home run sounds last night, they had a certain sound to them around here, don't they? I'm sorry. 2 out of 3. Yeah, it's still in play. Still in play, mate. Mark is still in play. Kenny, good to see him. Kenny, got to message you too. I need to message you. Yeah, it's a couple what a name change will do. Yes, Sean, I know you're being tongue in cheek about that. Will the Apollos return? No, they'll return to the Pecos League. He's being a little tongue. Yes, a name change, but there is something to the fact that the same person is putting the team together. It's like Bill Parcells used to talk about when he ran the Giants and the Jets and the Patriots and the Cowboys and what else, buying the groceries. The same guy's buying the groceries, right? You know, he's buying the groceries. You know, same guys, same guy. And that's another thing. I mean, his guys, Frank White, Bill Sobey, John West, those guys haven't changed. They haven't changed at all. And Matt Hall's become one of those guys too. So, all right, let's look at last night's melt. I didn't get a chance to break them down into good news highlights. They weren't good news, so I won't do the fun bells and whistles we do when we have good news highlights, because we'll do that tomorrow, because DB is guaranteeing a good news highlight tomorrow. Take 2 or 3, right? But I want to play you the melt from last night, and I will get to the home runs right here. Here we go from last night. Here's the 1-1. Hit out to a right center field by Navarro. That'll drop for a base hit. That's going to get down to the Kansas lottery sign. Dream bigger hits, and Navarro's got 2. He will stride for 3. He will be in there at third base with a triple. He got away, but right behind him is Gilliam. 3-2, runners go. Ground ball left side. Yeah, base hit down the line. That'll score Kevin Santa. Racing with third is Grosjean. Into second with a double is Jacob Robinson. He walked in to educate me. Here's a 3-2 payoff. Here's one hit out to a right. That's pretty well hit. And Darnell Swinney's gone yard. All right, here's the Darnell Swinney home run. This is the home run that would tie the mark last night. Let's roll this. It's Darnell Swinney hitting number 147. Here we go. Here's the 1-1. Hit out to a right center field by Navarro. That'll drop for a base hit. That's going to get down to the Kansas lottery sign. Dream bigger hits, and Navarro's got 2. He will stride for 3. He will be in there at third base with a triple. He got away, but right behind him is Gilliam. 3-2, runners go. Ground ball left side. Yeah, base hit down the line. That'll score Kevin Santa. Racing with third is Grosjean. Into second with a double is Jacob Robinson. He walked in to educate me. Here's a 3-2. And that was 147 right there, okay? And coming up right here is 148. Here's the 1-1. Hit out to a right center field by Navarro. That'll drop for a base hit. That's going to get down to the Kansas lottery sign. Dream bigger hits, and Navarro's got 2. He will stride for 3. He will be in there at third base with a triple. He got away, but right behind him is Gilliam. 3-2, runners go. Ground ball left side. Yeah, base hit down the line. That'll score Kevin Santa. Racing with third is Grosjean. Into second with a double is Jacob Robinson. He walked in to educate me. Here's a 3-2 payoff. Here's one hit out to a right. That's pretty well hit. And Darnell Swinney's gone yard. See you later. Solo home run for Darnell Swinney. And Darnell has just hit home run number 147. Interrupts him for good measure right there. Does now the new record is now 149. Of course, that'll change every day. The Monarchs in 2021. The 140. The Maple Hammer. Here's one towered out toward left field. That's way back. That's going to be a new. There you go. That's an honor of Jacob Lindgren right there, because Lindgren tipped me off to that, and that's what they called it at Mississippi State. And well, he seemed to be fine with that. He kind of shrugged his shoulders. I think he was more mad at Jacob than me, because I think it was not. I said over the weekend or on the road trip. I actually said it when he hit the home run there in Canada, back home in his native land. Now, granted, he's from 1,000 miles away. He's not from Winnipeg, right? He's from Ontario. He's closer to Detroit than he is to Winnipeg. I mean, he was like right across the river for the lake or the river, the canal between Detroit and Windsor. Born in Hamilton, which is just between Toronto and Detroit. I mean, if you know that area, he's closer to Michigan than he is to Winnipeg. But anyway, that's something they called him there, and Jacob let the cat out of the bag, and they were roommates at Mississippi State, and oh well. Anyway, that's last night. That's the home run last night, the home run barrage last night, 3 of them for Kansas City. We don't often, we very rarely play bad news highlights, but it was historic. So let's check the standings as we play here on the 23rd. Gosh, I can't believe it's the 23rd of August. I mean, can't believe it. Chicago, 3 clear of Milwaukee. That's a dandy finish. I got an email from a fan telling me that he believed Milwaukee would catch them. I don't know what their schedule is, but that's going to be a fight to the finish. Chicago's not playing well. Milwaukee is playing well. King County had been playing well, but they're kind of spinning their wheels. Cleburne has an outside chance if they continue to play pretty good ball. There's 7 of their last 10. They could, and I say could, catch King County, but it's going to make a real monumental effort. They're 5.5 back to do that, and that's going to make a real. But again, 5.5 back with I think they've got 13 or 14 left. I mean, I don't think they have any head-to-heads. But a little bit too little, too late. It looks like Cleburne's going to be able to hold off Gary, but Gary's 2.5 back of them. Lake Country's done and dusted, 18 back. Fargo and Kansas City, the only 2 clubs who have clinched a playoff spot. And just how good's Fargo been? Well, they're 4 games clear of you, and they their record is 4 better than yours, and they've clinched a playoff spot, and so have you. So I think it just tells you the cream of the crop are those 2 clubs. It's unfortunate that those 2 teams will not play with the championship or have a pathway to the championship, I should say, because there's no guarantees. I mean, obviously, team going to stumble the first round, but it's unfortunate we're in the same division. The rematch of last year would be a lot different than what happened last year. I mean, a rematch of those 2 teams. I mean, I think a lot of folks would tell you in a series head-to-head that it's a toss-up and it'll be a good one, a really good one. And remember, Kansas City does have the season series right now with the 2 games. I'm sorry, 1-2 here. Yeah, 4-2. And Winnipeg 10 back. Winnipeg's 6 back. They look to be pretty much where they're going to be. The only question is what happens to Sioux City and Lincoln. That's a game back down there. I don't know. It's one of those deals where I think Sioux City is the better team pitching wise, but I can't say that with conviction. I mean, Minier was really good the other day for them. The kid that started on Saturday was good. But Sioux City, for whatever reason, just seems to reload and find arms left and right. And they just seem to have some depth there that nobody else has. They also have the deep bullpen. And that to me is the one thing that scares me about them, because they can run situational guys at you time after time. And you were kind of at their mercy, so to speak. So questions or comments about this one, about tonight, about going forward? I'll take them here on the last call for comments. Show's going to be a little short today. I need lunch, and I got some work to do. We are shorthanded. Poor Adam, he worked his tail off. And but anyway, all right, we got here in the No, all 3 games are not in the same city. It'll be a 1 and 2. The idea in that first round is to steal a game and then get a chance to win 1 or 2 at home. That's the idea. The traveling team wants to win 1 and do the same thing on the road at home. So no, not the case. It's just like was it last year we played the game here, but we chose the game here, the weekend game, and played Sioux City. Is that correct? How it worked out? Yeah, that's how it worked out. But the first place team will have a choice on who they play, and he the if you're Fargo, I don't know what you do. I mean, I can make a case that you stay here. Let's just say they finish first, we finish second. You stay here and play here. Why drive to Fargo? Why not stay here on Monday night, Tuesday, have practice, light workout, play on Wednesday, and then go home? That does help Kansas City out because Kansas City doesn't have to travel either. But both teams want to have that same deal. Or do you really want to go home and then go to Canada, which is closer to your home, and you get to drive out of the way on the off day. Monday you're out of here. Let's say you're Monday, you get out of here about 6, and you're home 3 in the morning, off Tuesday. Then you go to Canada on a game day, or you really could go Canada straight from here. Still get you an off day. I mean, it's apples and oranges. I don't know what you do. I don't know. I don't know if they decide there's a better matchup for them in Sioux City. I don't know. You know, I'd love to see a team roll the dice and say, you know what? We're going to play Kansas City because they're the best. We're going to play them, or vice versa. That's a little nutsy. I know it's going to take some big cojones, but would you rather play Fargo in 3, a best of 3, or a best of 5? Don't know. Good question. All righty, intriguing it is, sir. Intriguing. Be interesting to see what happens. All right, broadcast time tonight will be at 6:30 again. 6:30 tonight on MixLR and on AA Baseball TV. Give you those reminders right here. Oops. I don't know why it clearly says booth cam, and I clearly put the wrong button up. There we go. AA Baseball TV tonight. That's $14.99 per month. Get all the coverage, and this is the next 2 teams we face. You're going to get a dual stream on the road. Winnipeg did a really good job with that, and so did Sioux Falls. So, good news there. Yeah, to beat the team, you got to beat the team. I think that's, to me, that's what I know that sounds unorthodox, but if I was Fargo and I won the division, I was here, I stay here and play the Monarchs. I get over. I get that off. I get that done first. Just me. But again, a case can be made. You take the team the easier route, and maybe they like the bet. Maybe the 5 games. There's no room for error in a 3-game series. Maybe they believe that you could have a little more room for room for error in a 5-game series. Be interesting to see what happens. I don't know what we would do. I sort of think that we would go the easy route, not easy route, but the easier travel route. That's sort of my thought. But either Lincoln or Sioux City, I think that's sort of what we would do if you had that choice. If you won the division, I think that's what you'd do. You'd take the shorter travel. I think because where we're located, and the other option would be going to Canada, and plus if Fargo can't get a couple people over or whatever, that also works to your advantage as well. So anyway, I think this is what we would do. I mean, Sioux City scares the heck out of me. That's a first round win in that series is not a foregone conclusion. If for anybody that thinks that you're going to go play Sioux City the first round and have an easy time of it, those are going to be nail biters, nail biters, nail biters. Remember, you have had very little success there this year. I mean, no success. And the last time you were there, I shouldn't say that. You've had some success, but last time you were there, you didn't have any success. And they have a winning record against you this year. pull this up here, but you went 1-2 there last time, 8-4 loss, 5-2 loss, 6-0 win, and then you were there in the 14, 15, 16 of June, got swept 6-4, 7-6, 2-1. But anyway. All righty, Radio Link tonight. We'll see you there. I'll see you guys there tonight, and we'll get back to work here and get ready for the broadcast tonight. Love to see you there. Don't forget, see our mates, the Roastery, and they have 6 locations in Kansas City, and they have the bomb diggity. I mean, they've been doing it since 1993, and I almost said 2, a little longer than that, folks. And again, what they do, facilitate the best coffee experience, and you're going to get the best coffee experience. So, Roastery as it is. There we go. All right, you guys ready for some 1, 2, 3 go Monarchs? I'm ready. You're ready. We're all ready. We're all ready, right? Are we all ready? All right, let's get ready. All righty, let's bring this down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Go Monarchs! I'll see you in the broadcast, everybody.